Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about digital homekeeping or digital housekeeping, essentially the process of tidying up your home directory. And it sounds like a little bit, why would you go ahead and do that? But in a way, keeping your home directory clean is very much the same thing as keeping your home clean, your flat clean, or your house clean. So generally, like if the floors are clean, they've been hoovered. If the kitchen is clean, if your clothes have been cleaned and they've been ironed and they're put away in the right way, that will help you have some like a clean slate and some tidy thoughts that will be conducive and that will be productive for your whole day. And same thing in the digital world. Having a clean home directory actually helps. And remember that one of your goals as a developer is to be able to think clearly and to think strategically about obviously what you're trying to achieve in the digital world, in the technological world, but also generally you want to be able to have a clean mind and think clearly and strategically about anything. I mean, within a corporation, for example, within a business, within a company, generally a software developer is someone who'll be able to potentially work in any department because you're really building that capacity to think strategically, and you'll realize that that's something that you can and should be able to apply to everything, not just coding, not just things that have to do with programming or computer science or whatever. It's just a general skill that you build. And also keeping a clean home directory is useful because it kind of reminds you of your goals. So in a way, you always have to keep your goals in mind. What are you trying to do this week? What are you trying to do in the next month? And if you just kind of go in and do some tidying once every couple of days, or once every couple of weeks, or once every couple of months, whatever you find it to be the right number for you, then you'll kind of go through and you'll see some stuff in your home directory. You'll remember why it's there. It's because that's in line with a goal that you have at the moment, and therefore you may want to go in and just kind of restructure, reinforce those files, remember what they're doing there. And if it's no longer in line with your goals or what you're currently trying to achieve, then you'll probably want to delete those files or archive them, put them away in one form or another. So let's jump right in, see what's inside my home directory, and do some tidying up. Alright, so I'll begin by just doing an ll inside the root of my home directory. And here we can see obviously something that's not very useful, blah.txt, that's been generated at midnight. And actually I remember what this is, and I have a cron job, and I've made it so we can all use cron because we'll be talking about, I'll create some videos about how to create some email automation. So this sends me an email once a day. As obviously this is just a test, and okay, I think I actually did remove it from my cron tab. So yeah, that was created on the dates are all wrong. January 13th. Yeah, that was created a long time ago. So that's not what it was. Sending mail. Yeah, okay. So that was the output, and I disabled that on the 13th of January. And so I'll just remove this. I no longer need it. LL. Let's take a look at codebase.txt. That's obviously not required. I can remove this. I created this yesterday during the Vim tutorial. I have a Go directory because I've been doing some coding in Golang, but again, really just kind of testing stuff out. And I don't think I want to keep this. I don't think I really want to keep this. I don't want to keep this because, it's no longer in line with my goals. So I'll do tree. There's a bit too much going on here. src, no. So maybe I'll just keep this REST API because there's actually some code I like, there's main.go. So I'll do rm. I'll remove the binary, and I'll move I'll move REST API inside my temp directory, and I'll talk some more about temp, okay? And now I'll just do rmrf go, because I'm no longer interested in Go for now. Next, we have autorun.sh. We know what that's for. That starts off my my portfolio, my Flask server. I've got a dev directory, and that's got Fluent Python, and it's just got one Python file in there. Again, not very useful, not very useful. So I'll remove my dev directory for now. rmrf dev. And normally I tend to keep, so on my own personal computer at home, I keep all my development stuff inside the dev directory, mostly. But since there's very little there at the moment, I'll just remove all of that. Now there's learn Python 3 the hard way code, and if you remember, this actually is code that I checked out from the Learn Python 3 the hard way repository by Z.A. Shaw, and I think it was in the last exercise of the book, exercise 52, where I showed that. So I'll do git remote -v, and yeah, this shows me that the origin points towards github.com, Z.A. Shaw, Learn Python 3 the hard way. And you know what that means to me when I see this is like, well, I can get it very easily from the internet. So absolutely no need to have it here. In fact, I'll take a look in my history and I'll do grep git. No, I no longer have it in my history, but never mind. I'll just do rmrf learn Python 3 the hard way code and clean that, because I no longer need it. I'll do more member container.sh. That's just some script that I was typing out for Codebase generally, and I was just playing around using the Codebase editor instead of my own editor, so I'll remove that because I no longer need it. I've got to copy somewhere else. Now projects and Py, those are part of Learn Python 3 the hard way, and all the videos that I've created, actually, you know, I copy files from those locations. That really just means that I can't actually move them. I can move them if I want, but I'll need to have symbolic links. And we don't know what symbolic links are yet. But maybe what I can do is I can say mkdir archive. Yeah, let's call it archive for now. It's fine. I'll call it archive for now. And then I'll do mv projects and Py inside archive. So now, you know, I've moved them inside archive, but I want the links to still be valid. I want these paths to still be valid so that when, you know, people jump back into videos, they can copy stuff from those directories as instructed in the videos. So I'll create a symbolic link, and you create a symbolic link by doing ln-s archive projects and hit enter. And now I've got the symbolic link. And I'll also do ln archive Py symbolic. And now I've got this Py symbolic link there as well. And I've got this archive directory, that's fine. And now, you know, when I look at this, I'm like, oh, okay, yes, this is this old stuff from Learn Python 3 the hard way, and I'm keeping these links there because they're actually required. Then what else? We've got temp.py, which has got 0 bytes, so I'm actually just going to remove that. Temp.py. What do we have inside portfolio? We've got my Flask site. We've got my Flask site, and by the way, this is really a digression, but this is what will make our portfolio sites look like. We'll make our portfolio sites look really nice, really swish, so that you know, as a first step, and that will involve some basic HTML and some basic CSS, some basic styling, and I think it's the first important step, that we've got good looking portfolio sites, so that you actually feel like sending them to people, and then we'll start building some more content and some more logic and making that content look good, especially maybe kind of list out what skills you have, what skills you're accumulating over time. Okay, and maybe some links to your GitHubs and blah blah blah, stuff like that. Okay, what else do we have? I'll do cd, and finally I just have this TMP folder. And now TMP, you know, I've got like another checkout of Learn Python through the hard way in there. So I may keep it there. And the temp folder is really a folder where you can keep your mess. It's a place where you can keep your mess. And generally, you know, when I'm testing stuff out, if I'm testing out some ideas, if I'm, you know, just writing some quick script to do something quickly, something silly, then I'll just actually, for example, we got this hello.py, and no, that's empty. So I'll remove hello.py. I mean, you can go around and clean your temp directory as well once in a while, but it's less important. So, you know, if I remove this hello.excel, and I'm pretty sure that this Excel example is because I want to show you how to generate Excel sheets in Python. And as you can see, it's really quite simple. And I can do Python Excel example.py. I'll run this, and I need to reinstall this module, so I'll do pip3 install, and then Python 3 Excel example. This creates this hello.xls. Yeah, so that's how you generate Python Excel files, and I'll make another kind of video dedicated to generating Excel files as well. And you know, if you go to your file browser.codebase.tech and user codebase, no, username user, and then password codebase, if I go inside my codebase home directory, which is where here, then I go inside temp, I can actually open up my wrong one. I can open up hello.xls, and I may need to download this file and open it up in whatever application my Mac OS X is going to use by default. And there we go. This is the Excel file which we've actually generated in Python. So, you know, that's actually kind of cool. Let's do something slightly different. So, you know, here we've got this hello world 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and now I'll say write A1. Let's say BI, and then from codebase, hello world from codebase, and run that. Do a quick refresh. And now we've got hello world from codebase. This is generating Excel files is really useful for generating kind of complex reports based on some information that you gather using Python. So, you know, again, now we're starting to see how you can actually have some deliverables in Python, and then we look at email automation as well. And then once you combine generating Excel files with email automation, then all of a sudden you can start generating reports automatically and emailing to the right people at the right time of day. And that's when you start seeing, whoa, okay, this stuff is really useful. And obviously the people who receive your automated reports will love you for the whole of eternity. And then, you know, what is my name? I don't even want to see what's in there. I'm just not interested. Templates. These are probably just some old templates that I was using for some Flask stuff. So I'll just remove this as well. RM, RF, templates, and REST API I want to keep. I'll remove this PyCache directory. And learn Python through the hard way. I think what I'm going to do is, if I just want to have some code, you know, you could say mkdir src and then mv tmp learn Python through the hard way, move that inside src. And then you could say temp directory is where I go when I want to experiment with stuff, and you know, I want to do some coding katas, whatever. But you know, I haven't quite decided what I want to do. It's kind of like my workbench, but it's my messy workbench, and that's okay. But as you can see, you can still clean up your experimentation workbench. Then you have src, which is when you clone code out of Git, and you just want to have it sitting there just in case. And then your archive directory is like, you're pretty much sure that, you know, this is stuff you want to keep. You want to keep your code, by the way. The stuff that you write, you know, once you've kind of finished something, you definitely don't want to delete it. You want to keep it around, and like an archive directory is a good place to do that. And then we've got portfolio. This is where I'm keeping my portfolio. Obviously, I've got allaround.sh and these symbolic links. And that's it. That's the state of my home directory, and that's kind of refreshed my mind a little bit. And I'll take a look inside Py. Inside Py, you know, I've got like all these exercises, and then I've got these little Python files that I created ad hoc during the videos when people were asking questions, etc. And so I'm definitely going to keep them in there. Yeah. So that's it. A clean home directory that's conducive to being to making you more productive, more organized in your thoughts, and more clear in terms of your goals going forward from there. Okay, thank you very much for your time, guys, and I'll speak to you in another video. Bye bye.